All right, hello everybody. What is up, everyone? How's it going, man? How's everyone doing today? It's Friday, and I'm sure that's exciting for many of you because it is the beginning of the weekend, right? The weekend's a good time where a lot of people have time off from school or work, and I welcome you to my full gameplay streaming day. It's going to be a fun one. We got a lot to do today, a lot of fun stuff that we'll be tackling, and I hope you guys are excited for it. Okay, so welcome. Today is October 11th, 2019. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I certainly hope I find you well. I certainly hope that you are ready for some fun today. We're doing something completely different. That's for sure. It was funny because earlier we were sitting here and I just turned on my stream and someone in the stream chat said, "Hey, can we skip pre-stream and just get right to the goosing?" And I thought to myself, I don't think ever in my history as a content creator nor a streamer did I ever expect anyone to leave a comment, "Can we just get right to the goosing?" In fact, from now on, whenever you guys want me to hurry up to do something quickly, I want you to use the phrase, "Can we just get right to the goosing?" I think that's quite apropos. It's a good one. All right, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, today is the premiere of Untitled Goose Game. A game that supposedly isn't very long. Some people are saying if you really play through it quickly, you could beat it in like 2 hours. But if you take your time and you mess around with it, it could be anywhere from 3 to 5 hours long. I definitely guarantee I'm probably going to be messing around with it and not rushing through it. Especially with my gameplay style these days. I'm not in too much of a hurry. So we'll see how this turns out. This is a game from a very, very small studio. All right. It's from a studio called House. I believe it's only like 5 people in this gaming studio, actually. Something like that, or 4 people, or something really small, a little indie studio. And essentially, from what I'm to understand, the purpose of the game is trolling. Yes, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The entire purpose of this game is to troll people. You play a goose on the loose, running through a small town, harassing the denizens of the town. You honk at them. You steal their items and run away. You mess around with their homes. You do messed up stuff. The goose on the loose. So we'll see how this turns out as a game. And now this is something that came out 1 week ago. It actually came out exactly 1 week ago. At that point, I chose to play Ghostbusters, the remastered video game, because that was a game that I had played 10 years ago. And I wanted to play it again because I love Ghostbusters. And plus, this is, Halloween month, so it made sense to play it during this time period. But some people were disappointed that I did not play the Goose Game. And so I said, well, we'd consider it. And someone was nice enough to gift it to me. So thank you very much to the person who gifted this game to me, so to make this all possible today. More than likely, it's only going to be one stream, all right? Unless somehow we find a way to make it last more than one stream, but it seems to me, from the way people have been describing it, it's a pretty short game. The game's $20 on the Nintendo Switch. That's where I'm playing it, on the Nintendo Switch for $20. They basically gifted me the code or whatever to get it, but it goes for $20 here on the Nintendo Switch. So hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it'll be a good time. You guys will enjoy the variety. It's definitely something different, as you guys know. Typically, no, I do not play these kind of games. All right, usually these are the kind of games that I skip over. But this is just something cool to fill up time. As you know, there's not any new releases really this week going on. So it's a good opportunity to mess around with a silly game like this before there are actual new releases coming out again that people want to see. Okay? So, yes, that's today's main gameplay stream. Untitled Goose Game. Hopefully we all have some fun with it. Just a silly one-off kind of trolling style game. Okay? Alright, later tonight, my late night stream is going to be Street Fighter Throwback Fun. It'll be my weekly session where I go back and I play old school Street Fighter. I'll join a lobby. We'll have a bunch of people, coming in and playing each other. It'll be a variety of games, including Hyper Fighting, Super Turbo, Third Strike, and Alpha 3. So it should be fun. Every week when I do this, it's usually pretty fun, and we have a good time. So hopefully you'll join me for that later tonight around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. My weekly rage-inducing Street Fighter stream. Okay? All right, continuing on. Tomorrow is something also very interesting. Okay? Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a year and a half, I'm going to be returning to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the Xbox One. For those who don't remember, because this was a couple years ago at this point, way back in late 2017, I purchased PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the Xbox One as an early access title, and it was $30 at the time. It was the first Battle Royale game that I had really played, and when Battle Royale had been absolutely humongous on PC for quite some time, people had asked me, would I play PUBG when it came out on consoles because it was such a ginormously popular game on PC? And I said, I'll give it a shot. Sure. Let's see what it is. Let's see if the hype is warranted for a game that was so white-hot popular on PC. Okay? And so I played it. And quite frankly, it was interesting to me because I had never played a Battle Royale game before. The premise of, you're just wandering around this giant empty island, but there's 100 people trying to kill each other, and you're looting items and constantly, and, looking for a place to hide out and camp out, and then maybe get the drop on someone, get a few cheap kills, etc. Was interesting. If you remember, I actually won a few matches of it. My second match ever that I played, I won, and I never fired a bullet. I actually won a match of PUBG, the second match I ever played, never firing a bullet, just being stealthy, and then the circle killed everybody else, which was pretty damn funny. And then people liked it so much, really not for the gameplay, even though the gameplay element is kind of fun to see the suspense of will Phil survive or will he die or whatever. It became an ongoing series where I would interact with you guys. That was actually one of the very first streams 2 years ago where it became more about the interaction between me and the viewers than the actual game I was playing. And it kind of created a series of interactive streams, games that people didn't care really about so much about the gameplay, although the gameplay element was a part of it. It was more about me talking and hanging out with you, okay? And there have been many games like that over the last 2 years that I feel have added to the quality of my streams and the variety of my streams. It's not just about putting out a serious video game playthrough anymore. It's about hanging out, having fun, relaxing, having a good time, having some fun conversations. And I like it. I'm not going to lie. I really feel that this has improved my content tremendously. Okay? So, we're going to be going back to that on Saturday. Now, a few things. Number one, I haven't played the game in a year and a half. When I was playing this game, in late 2018 or whatever. Actually, I take that back. It was about the middle of 2018 when I stopped playing it because H1Z1 at that point released on consoles. And then after that, later on in the year, it was Black Ops 4 Blackout. So I had other Battle Royale games to play that, in my opinion, ran way better than PUBG. PUBG was fun for the time that I played it, but it ran very poorly on the Xbox One. The performance was bad, choppy frame rate, really delayed, non-responsive controls, to the point where I can't understand how anyone could have played it on that console and felt that it was competitive. It really wasn't. It was pathetically bad compared to other games that I had played. So, once other games came out that had better response time and better controls, I kind of dumped the game and went on to other stuff. I never really went back. I've only seen 2 maps in PUBG. So, for all that, okay, all that to be said, coming back to the game a year and a half later is going to be quite interesting. I've heard they've added 2 more maps. I've heard they've tweaked the game. They've added more weapons. Essentially, the game is different. It's been improved. Doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's been improved. So, the fact that, number one, I have completed my gameplay of Black Ops 4 Blackout. I'm done with that Battle Royale. I'm done with it. I don't want to play it anymore. Okay? I'm just totally done with it. And number 2, the fact that right now there's a lot of downtime, and there's not much going on in the realm of new releases. We still have about a week till the next new release, and really about a week and a half until the next high-profile new release. So it's really a dead time for games right now. And then the late October is going to be absolutely insane with the amount of games coming out. It's going to be the complete and polar opposite of right now. But I feel this is a good opportunity for me to go back and jump into it and check it out and see what I think after such a long time away. Okay? So, it's going to be interesting. I hope you guys will join me for it. Not only will it be exploration of new maps and weapons, but also, again, if I'm doing a major stream of it, it's going to be a lot of opportunity for interaction and fun on the stream where we can just hang out and talk a lot rather than worrying so much about the gameplay of the game. So, I hope you'll join me for that tomorrow. Now, the other thing, I have a special announcement, okay? So, last night, I was streaming Dragon Quest Builders 2, and someone brought up the point. They said, you know, you've been doing a lot of streams where people who contribute get the option to do something special. For example, on my Minecraft streams, the top contributor every week that I play it gets to create something in the game world. Like they get to choose if they want something named after them or they want something basic created and has a special name or something. So people seem to like that notion, and they want it to kind of move into other things too. So someone suggested, hey, you just got a new skull yesterday, a skull decoration for your Halloween streams. It's going to be around for 3 more weeks. And why don't you do it so the top contributor can name the skull? And I said, I mean, people are interested in that. Sure, why not? Of course, it can't be anything dirty and it can't be anything like insulting or stupid. But I don't mind someone naming the skull for 3 weeks. You know, we have bone meal, we have potion, we have all these decorations that have names. I'm okay with that. Okay? So what we'll do tomorrow is the top contributor on tomorrow's PUBG stream will be able to name the skull and give it a name that we will reference it by for the rest of the month. And of course, it's probably going to come back every Halloween month, being that it's a pretty nice decoration. Okay, some people will think that this is stupid as hell, and some people will think this is a good idea. It's all up to you and your own personal preference. I personally don't care, and I certainly didn't think about doing this until someone brought it up yesterday. So I'm just going with the flow of what I'm being suggested to do. All right. All right, so that's going to be part of tomorrow. Okay? All right, so that's tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, we're going to be doing more Genesis Mini, where I go back to the retro console, and I'm going to be playing a variety of games that you choose. And you can choose for me to continue on with maybe one of the playthroughs I've already started, or you can choose for me to try entirely new games that I didn't even play on the console yet, okay? So that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow night, excuse me. Then on Sunday, we're doing something completely different again. Yeah, talk about variety this weekend. On Sunday, I'm going to be booting up my Nintendo Switch again, and we're going to be checking out the Super Nintendo Entertainment System suite of games for Nintendo Switch Online. For those who don't know what that is, this was just added less than a month ago. For those who are subscribers to Nintendo Switch Online, which is their online service to play games online, which I am a part of because I bought a year subscription last year to play Smash Brothers Online. Okay? You get access to games from the Super NES on the Switch completely for free because you're part of that service. And it's some pretty good classics, including Super Mario 1 and 2, or Super Mario World 1 and 2, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Mario Kart, I think F-Zero is on there. I think Pilot Wings I think is on there. Star Fox I think is on there. It's like really good classics for the SNES, okay? And I think this would be a fun stream to just mess around and see what's on there. I'm sure you guys will be telling me what games to check out. There's a few games on there I never played on the SNES. A lot of them I have. So for some, it'll be like a blast from the past kind of retro vibe for me. But other games, I'll be like, wow, first time I'm honestly playing this. Let's see if it's any good, right? So it should be neat. That's going to be a fun stream for Sunday. And then Sunday night, it's my weekly Minecraft chill stream where we just sit back and relax and we play some fun Minecraft together and have a good time. And this week, what we're going to be doing is finishing up with the bar that is in the middle of a pond. We're almost done with it. I would say it's close to being done. I'm just looking for suggestions if people can suggest anything to put on the bar, like something that looks like a cup or something, or glass. But then we're going to move on, and this week, we're going to be focusing on building a statue of Jasper, because the top contributor last week suggested that we do that. So that's what we're going to be focusing on this week, is a statue of Jasper, my cat, in the game, which would be pretty sweet, I think. Okay? So that's going to be... that is going to be Sunday night. And then Monday, we're going to swing back to Mega Man The Wily Wars. This was a game that I played yesterday for 4 hours. And holy shit, did I forget how tough these classic Mega Man games were. Because it beat the shit out of me. Those Wily stages in Mega Man 2 are so damn difficult that it took me a long-ass time to get through it, okay? And so, we're going to be checking that out on Monday. We're going to be heading into Mega Man 3, which I just completed Mega Man 2, so we're going to be starting up Mega Man 3. All right. And that should be a lot of fun to play that again, because actually I owned that game on the NES back in the day, and I really enjoy Mega Man 3. And then once we beat Mega Man 3, we unlock the new content that's exclusive to the Mega Man The Wily Wars game, which is the Genesis version of Mega Man, the only Sega version of Mega Man ever. So I'm very curious to see, what is this new content? Is it just kind of a mishmash of all the content of the first 3 games, or is it new content? I don't know. We're going to find out on Monday, okay? I'm sure no matter what, it's going to be rage-inducing. So be here Monday for that. And then Monday night, I'm going to do another session of Dragon Quest Builders 2, because I am trying to progress in the game as much as possible, being that I've been playing it since July. Oh, and by the way, I should bring this up. I should bring this up. That, what was I going to say? Now I got distracted. I had a brain fart. That's not good. Brain farts are not good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me think about this. Oh, we are heading into the end stages of the plot line in Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the freaking island that I've been on for like 2 months. So it looks like officially on Monday night, we're finally going to complete this combat island, Morrow Vale, or whatever the hell it's been called. And so it should be fun to finally, I gotta sneeze. Uh-oh. Finally be able to beat the stage. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Woo! God damn. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'll be right back. Oh my god, that was a big sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Whew. That was a big sneeze. It rocked me, so I wanted to go blow my nose before I started continue to sneeze or anything like that. Holy shnikes. That was a big one. Okay, so, folks, that's the deal. I just covered the entire, weekend. I'm off on Tuesday. Tuesday's my day off for the week. But I'll be coming back on Wednesday with only one stream. I just want to forewarn anyone. There's only going to be one stream on Wednesday. You might say, well, why is that? Usually you're here for full streaming days when you come back. Well, I got some personal stuff going on that night that I need to be around and need to be available for. So no stream Wednesday night. There will be a main gameplay stream on Wednesday. What will it be? That's a great question. I don't know yet. We still got some downtime before new games. So I'm debating what I want to do. Maybe we'll continue with the SNES classics. Maybe if we've beaten Wily Wars, we'll take a different Genesis game and start doing a full playthrough of it. This week, I kind of want to approach pretty casually. There is a new release coming up this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. It's called Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. That's 1 week from today it comes out. And I want to play it. I do. I really do. But people have been like very, how can I say? Some people just don't like the Plants vs. Zombies stuff. I don't know why. To me, it's fun. It's got cool plot, and it's interesting, and it's funny, and it has good gameplay. And yes, is it the most riveting stuff ever? No, but I think it would make some really cool chill streams. Like us hanging out and having fun and just talking about the Plants and the zombie characters and having a good time versus it being a super serious game. So I want to play Plants vs. Zombies. But I don't know what's going to happen if people are going to want to see that or not, okay? But we'll see. I don't even know how much it costs. I haven't even looked into it yet. That's a week from... We have a week to worry about that, you know? So more than likely, once I get back from my day off, it's going to be more about relaxing gameplay stuff. It's not going to be too serious. If people end up liking my return to PUBG, I would not be against playing it again. If people really like it. And like I said, maybe we'll do more Genesis stuff. We'll do more SNES stuff. Just to carry us into new releases. Because once that week hits, that's that next to last week of October, we've got WWE 2K10, Modern Warfare, The Outer Worlds, Medieval Remaster. And then the last week of October, we got the Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, my Halloween Marathon, and Luigi's Mansion 3. So we've got a lot of shit going on in that very short period of time. So we're not going to be like... We're not going to be, oh man, there's not enough games. No way. We're going to be over abundance of games at that point. To the point where I don't even know how we're going to cover them all. Okay? So, we'll see how it goes. Okay? We'll play it by ear and we'll see how it goes. Now, one final thing. Alright? Please vote for the kind of Halloween costume that you want to see me wear on stream at the end of the month. Okay? It's going to be that Halloween event, that Halloween marathon. I'm going to be dressed up for it like I always do. And you need to vote on the category of costume you want to see me wear. You can do this by heading to my website, thekingofhate.com, and voting in the thread that's right there on the forums. Okay? Please do. The more votes, the better. Categories include the following. Video game character. Pop culture icon. Monster movie character, meaning classic Hollywood monsters like think Dracula, or the Wolfman, or the Mummy, etc. Frankenstein. Or it could be a video game character, or a comic book character. Or you could actually just leave it in my hands. There's an option there for a wild card. And essentially what that'll be is I'll go out myself and just see what the hell it is that I can find, out there at the Halloween stores around here. And see if I can find a really interesting or fun costume. And that'll be what I choose for myself, okay? Excuse me. So, yes, folks. Thank you for voting if you have already. And please vote if you have not, okay? All right. So, folks, let's continue now. That's my whole first segment of the pre-stream completed. Let's go on to the second segment, which is the gratuitous plugs. Okay? Now, normally I'd have a long, involved gratuitous plug segment. We're not going to do that today. We're going to be as basic as possible and as matter of fact and upfront and honest with you as possible. Okay? I've been a content creator for 11 years. For the past 2.5 years, I've been a live streamer, meaning all my content is focused on live streaming. I love doing this for a living. I love interacting with all of you on a daily basis. I absolutely love the live streams that we do every single day together. I love the interactivity of these streams. It's an organic feeling where we can go back and forth and have conversations while I'm playing games rather than just about being the games, okay? So please understand something up front before I even mention a darn thing. Contributions, when it comes to contributing during my streams, are greatly appreciated but not mandatory. If you just come by and hang out with me and have fun and, enjoy the games that I'm playing and have a good time and interact a little bit with me or other people in the stream chat and just chill out, that's cool, and that's the whole point of this. That's all I've ever wanted my content to be about since way back when in 2008. When I first uploaded videos to YouTube, it wasn't about being super serious and putting out a professional level product and, all that crap. It was just about a guy enjoying games, having fun, sharing his honesty and opinions with all of you, and that's all it ever was, okay? That was the whole premise of me doing this, and here I am 11 years later still able to do that. That's an amazing thing that people after 11 years still even care about me or my opinions or to hang out with me on stream. It's kind of like people have said, I seem to be unkillable. Because trust me, people have fucking tried to end me many, many times, and I seem to be unkillable. You can't get rid of DSP. I'm still here. People still care about me. We still have fun every day, and that's what it's all about, right? That's an awesome feeling. So understand if you cannot contribute on the stream, it's not mandatory, and it's cool if you could just hang out with me. That's nice. But that being said, okay, that being said, you have to understand that because I am a live streamer full time, it's not about how it used to be, where it was, oh, people watch videos on YouTube when you're a full time YouTuber, right? And you make ad revenue on that, and that's how you make your living. No, not at all anymore. In fact, it's the complete opposite. I make almost nothing on YouTube. In fact, it used to be I would upload videos to YouTube, make tons of ad revenue on them, and I would stream with no monetization. I wouldn't care about making any money on streams because it was fan service for people who just wanted to see me live. It's now completely flipped, and the streaming is my primary source of income, and the YouTube videos are essentially fan service at this point. Okay? So that being said, please consider contributing, if at all you can, if you love the daily live streams, okay? If you love the fact that I still upload the videos to YouTube to archive them for those who cannot be here daily, because I appreciate that fact that it was the YouTube viewers who made me popular to begin with, and I don't want to give up on that just because YouTube as a business has fallen apart at the seams. I still support the YouTube viewers. I still appreciate their attention and their support, and that's why I stick with it, okay? If you like all that stuff, and you want to see it all continue, please consider contributing on today's stream. There's many ways you can contribute. Obviously, there's cheering, subbing, and tipping are 3 ways where if you contribute during a live stream, I'm going to give you a live shout out and a thank you for your contribution. So that may be one of the more appealing ways for you to contribute, since you're going to get extra recognition for it here live on the stream, right? Makes sense. But being very matter of fact with all of you, right now, if you want to help me out the most, the absolute best way that you could contribute would be by tipping me. All right. Reason being, right now, my bank account is overdrawn. This is not an exaggeration. But what ended up happening was the tips that I received over the last week, I deposited them. They actually got my bank account back into the black for 1 day, and then another big payment cleared, and it went back into the red. So I'm back overdrawn again, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't get paid by Twitch at a minimum for another 4 days. Sometimes it takes longer. I don't know when I'm going to see more money from Twitch. It could be a couple days. It could be a week. So that being said, any tips that you guys give me right now, I put to the bank account to pay bills and to get it back into the black and try to keep afloat here, okay? I know this sucks. It's a shitty situation. I don't like talking about it. It's just life. That's my life right now. It's my reality. I'm working on ways to fix that, but it's not short-term solutions. It's long-term solutions, folks. So please, if you want to help me out the most on today's stream, please tip me. All right? I really need the help. There's 2 ways you can tip me. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button that you can click on. All right? Or you can type !tip into the stream chat. This will bring up a link to go to my PayPal tips page. Now, a couple things about tipping me. First of all right, you don't have to give out your identity. Some people are afraid of contributing to a live streamer that maybe someone would come after them like a troll or whatever. You could completely make up a new identity so that basically you don't need to be identified by anyone, or you could just say anonymous, all right? No one will know who you are if you tip in that manner. The other thing is, some people are confused because they say, man, when I go there, I'd like to tip, but I don't want to create a whole PayPal account. It's too much work, or, oh, I've had issues with PayPal in the past, so I don't want to use them as a payment processor. I hear you. There is a way to do it without using PayPal, all right? If you go on a desktop computer and you go to the PayPal page, there should be icons there, including Visa, MasterCard, debit, Discover, and American Express. You can pay with a debit or credit card if you would like. The thing is, I've noticed that if you go to other, like, versions of the site, like mobile versions and stuff, it's stupid. Like, it doesn't load. And some people have said, Phil, I can't access the ability to do it without a PayPal account. And I apologize. It just seems it doesn't load sometimes. It's really stupid. I myself have witnessed this one morning. On my phone, I tried to access it, and all it showed was you needed a PayPal account. Then I went to my desktop computer, clicked the exact same link, and it showed me the links to click on to use a debit or credit card. So it's stupid, and it's just another piece of evidence that, sadly, mobile sites are nowhere near as versatile and good as those that display on desktop yet, and I apologize with that, okay? But it is what it is. You can leave a tip without needing a PayPal account if you can access those icons, which means you may have to go to a desktop computer to do it, but you can definitely do it, okay? So there you go. Now, as you can see at the top of your screens, we have a leaderboard where I will update stats for the top cheerer and top tipper of the day. So you'll get some extra recognition. In addition to that, there is a built-in integrated cheering dashboard here on Twitch where your cheers are already recorded to show the top cheerers of the week. So it's another way for you guys to get extra recognition, all right? And I regularly will go through that and give shout-outs to those who cheer, etc., all right? All right, so good stuff all around. One final thing before we get to shout-outs, and that is I want to cover some ground rules regarding my streams so there's no misconceptions and no one has a misunderstanding about how this works. Number one, I have to abide by all of the rules of Twitch's terms of service because I am streaming on twitch.tv, a business that has its own set of rules. I can't just say and do whatever I want, okay? Number two, I have my own set of rules to try to maintain a certain kind of chill vibe around my streams. Essentially, when you come to my stream, I want you to have a good, relaxing time. I want you to be able to escape the drama of your own real life. I don't want you to have to worry about getting attacked or insulted by people. I don't want you to worry about seeing crazy amounts of drama regarding people who insult me or steal my content. I don't want to see arguments break out in the stream chat about stupid stuff and people just being, unhappy. I don't want that at all, okay? What I want is for people to have a good, relaxing time with me, have some fun, talk and interact, have a good time, right? That's what this is all about. So if you're going to want to escape all the drama in your real life, the last thing you want to do is come to a stream and see more drama. That's why, in general, we don't talk about controversial topics. For example, politics and religion, that's a no-no. I usually won't touch those with a 10-foot pole unless those are discussions and topics that are in part of a game that I'm playing. Then, okay, if it comes up as a pertinent subject, we'll talk about it. But in general, politics and religion are things when you bring them up, people get angry at each other, they argue with each other. I've cut them out of my streams almost entirely because I don't think that they're very productive to be on a gameplay stream talking about that, okay? In addition, we're not going to bring up people who are out to insult me, who are out to steal my content, who are making 3-hour video montages about me, who are restreaming my stuff illegally. Who cares? They're out there to ride my coattails and to make a living on my behalf because they have no talent for themselves. That's the kind of people they are. They're scum, and they do what they do, and there's nothing I can do about it. So why focus on it, and why even address it on a live stream when I could just be focusing on fun, positive gameplay content and interacting with you guys otherwise? Fuck them, right? That's my take on it, okay? And also, please, no insults, no attacks on people. So let's just have a good, lighthearted time here on stream today, okay? I mean, the game we're playing certainly is that kind of game, so let's have a good time with it. Fair enough? All right, guys. So that's the deal with the rules. I hope that they sound good to you, and I hope that we all have a good time today. Now it is time for the shout-outs segment. Now, just to forewarn all of you, sometimes this segment is incredibly short and we can get right to gameplay, and sometimes this segment is incredibly long depending on how many shoutouts I need to do during the stream. I don't control that. That's completely out of my control. So please understand that, and please be understanding, and don't get angry and hold it against me if this segment ends up being long, because there's a lot of contributions today, okay? So we start off today with a shout out to Golden Colts, who did a 100-bit cheer a couple hours ago before I started broadcasting. I appreciate that very much, Golden Colts. Thank you very much for that. That is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Then we've got Sipper85, who resubbed for 12 months. Thank you, Sipper, for the resub. I appreciate that very much. And 12 months of support means that you have earned your Golden Crown chat badge encrusted, with rubies and emeralds. Very nice. Rob got the tipping started today with a $5 tip. He said, "Let the goose loose." That's right, the goose is loose. Goosey goosey. All right, as someone said earlier, let's skip right to the goose. Let's get right to the goose. Oh my God. We get people seriously have to say that every day. Let's get right to the goose. Okay then. So thank you, Rob, for getting the tipping started. I appreciate that very much. Crash Bandicooper did an insulting $5 tip with a big insult attached to it. Instead of reading it like an idiot, I'm just going to say thank you for the $5 tip, stupid. And thank you. Okay, let's continue on. Hardy4 tipped me $1 and says, "Can you answer why you're hated so much in the fighting game community, as you were a big influence, a big competitor, and hugely involved for a number of years?" First of all, I couldn't legitimately answer the question because I don't know how much or to what extent or how I'm hated, because I'm not part of the fighting game community. Just so you know, I haven't been a major part of it I would say the last time I actually actively cared was 2007, although I would admit when I first started with YouTube and doing YouTube videos back in like 2009, 2010, I still cared to some extent because Street Fighter 4 was so big at the time. And I did still help run some tournaments, and I did attend some tournaments at the time, and obviously my videos on YouTube, my insane amount of gameplay that I put out of Street Fighter 4 more than likely helped to promote the game a lot, and probably got a lot of people to play the game who normally wouldn't have played it, okay? They saw me playing it and having fun with it and just dicking around. Instead of playing every moment at a high level, I dicked around with the game a lot. And I just kind of messed around. I think people saw that and were like, oh, so you don't have to be like a pro level player to enjoy Street Fighter 4, and then they jumped in themselves, okay? But outside of that, I haven't been a part of the competitive fighting game community in a really long time. So essentially, if you're telling me, Hardy 4, that people there still hate me, I couldn't answer the question. I've been so detached from that community for such a long period of time. I can't fathom a reason why I would even be in anyone's mouth or anyone would even think about me. Being very honest. And that's purposefully because I don't care about it anymore. I've been there, done that. I don't want to be a part of that community anymore, okay? You know, I dedicated a large part of my young life to that. I enjoyed it, but I don't want to do that anymore, okay? So I don't know. I don't specifically know what you're talking about. You know, there's people from way back in the day who hate me from the days when I was a complete asshole in the 2000s. I get that, because I was a complete asshole in the 2000s when it came to fighting games. I'm not going to deny that. The evidence is out there. I was a dickhead. All right, that was kind of my shtick. I was a big dickhead. But then I would go to tournaments and actually win. So it didn't matter that I was a dickhead because I could back up what I said. And that's why a lot of people respected me. For a while, I was an actual major tournament organizer. For about 3.5 years, I was running major tournaments on the East Coast of the United States. And they were very fun, and it was a good time for me, even though I didn't get anything out of it financially or anything like that. It was always a sacrifice for me, spend to make these events happen. But I enjoyed doing it as a grassroots part of the community, okay? But if you have specific examples and you'd like to bring them up, go, feel free. But I don't know exactly what you're referencing. The last time that I think I could have done anything to irk the fighting game community would have been about 2 years ago, I think, if not longer, when we were in the midst of the coverage of Street Fighter V, the first year that the game had come out, okay? And it's no mystery, guys. It's been very public knowledge. I hate Street Fighter V. I think it's the worst numbered Street Fighter ever released. It really is made for a dumbed down gaming audience who have no skill in fighting games. It really is a pattern game where it's guessing rather than reactions. And it's not a very skillful game at all, in my opinion. I've watched many different people play the game over the years, and I hate every single moment I've ever played or watched it. I think the game sucks. Okay? I talked about it 2 years ago. All right? And I made a video about it on YouTube stating I felt that a lot of the fighting game players out there were defending this game either because, number one, they're ignorant. They don't understand that there's better games because they haven't been around long enough, like me and many others. Or number two, because they just want the community to continue to exist, and they're afraid, deathly afraid, that if they don't keep playing Street Fighter V and promoting Street Fighter V, that the community would die off because there's no other Street Fighter game to play right now. You know, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is dead. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a huge flop. There's no other games going on right now, right, to support the Street Fighter community. So if you don't say, oh, Street Fighter 5 is hype and let's play and let's get everyone playing the new DLC characters and let's play the game a million times, yada, 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 then the community fizzles out and everyone's going to move on to other stuff. They'll move on to Guilty Gear. They'll move on to Tekken. They'll move on to Dragon Ball FighterZ. They'll move on to Mortal Kombat 11. And then all the hype for Street Fighter's dead. And who knows when they're going to make another Street Fighter at this point. So that's my honest feelings about it, is that I honestly feel that the community itself is defending a game that's terrible, and they know it's terrible, but they don't have anything better, and they know that they need to make this be a cash cow for them, because if it's not, then the Street Fighter dies for a while, which happened, by the way. Street Fighter was not very popular from the years of, say, around 2002 all the way through 2008 until Street Fighter 4 hit Japanese arcades and then came out in American consoles in 2009, Street Fighter was dead for like 7+ years. And there was no money in it. There was no popularity in it. You just did it for the love of it. And that's when I played it the most, because that was more grassroots than anything. It was just about the love of the game. Then all of a sudden, when the big money came, oh, now a million people play Street Fighter full time and have sponsorships and join teams and all this shit. And now it's a way to make a living. Now all of a sudden it's popular again. So now we have to defend it tooth and nail, even though a terrible game came out and everyone admitted it was bad when it came out with the frame delay that it had and all this shit. But what, neither here nor there. I'm not going to get into specifics, but the game stinks in my opinion. So I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to defend it. And I think a lot of people have issues with that because I was someone who played the shit out of Street Fighter 4. I loved Street Fighter 4. Even though I had issues with the various versions, changing stuff and having characters that were unbalanced and overpowered, I still enjoyed it. And I never had that experience with Street Fighter 5. I thought from the get-go the game was a piece of donkey shit. Okay? So maybe, and I made a video saying all this about 2 years ago and calling out pros in the fighting game community, saying you guys are being dishonest to everyone, telling them this game is good when it's not, because you're just trying to get ahead for yourselves, and you don't actually care about the community. And a lot of people probably had issue with that. All right? But that's about it. That's all I can think about. Like, I haven't been a major part of the fighting game community in so long, I can't imagine or fathom why anyone would even give a shit about me. So, all right. My neighbor tipped me $1, and it was an insulting tip. So thank you very much for the $1 tip, stupid. Let's continue. Then we had an insulting cheer, or a cheer that was trying to get me in trouble, so I'll ignore that. K-Styles 1998. What's going on, K-Styles? He just resubbed for 35 months. Holy crap, that is awesome. Thank you, K-Styles, for almost 3 ongoing years of support here on the streams. And he says, are you going Pokemon Sword or Shield for the Switch in November? I'm going Sword for a couple of reasons. First of all, because last time it was Sun and Moon. And when you say Sun and Moon, you would think most people would go Sun. I went Moon. This time you think Sword and Shield. Most people will probably go Sword. So I'm going to go Sword this time. I'm going to switch it up. Okay? In addition, Kat, my wife, looked into the games and said she looked at like the legendary Pokemon available for each game and basically said, wow, I really like I really like the legendary Pokemon in Sword, because it's a giant wolf with a sword in its mouth, which looks like Sif from Dark Souls. And she really likes Dark Souls. So she said, I would let you should play that one. I said, okay. So, I'm going Sword. All right. The DSP Appreciation Society did a 50-bit cheer, and he says, vote Uma Thurman for Phil's Halloween costume. That's very fucking creepy. Anyway, let's continue. Kane Z7 has resubbed for 3 months. Says, Phil, I can't wait for you to play Atelier Ryza by the month's end. I love the pre-streams. I'm not playing Atelier Ryza. I've said it a million times. I'm not playing that game. Then I received another insulting $1 tip that I will completely ignore, but say thank you very much for the $1 tip and and continue on, right? Modern Day Maharaja just did a 101-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer that's streamed so far. And says, are you excited for the WWE draft today? The new rules and such seem much better than the previous drafts. No, I'm not. Be very honest with you. I'm not excited for it. You want to know why? Because WWE has a way of going back on things that they do and completely retconning things and not following their own rules. For example, we just had a Hell in a Cell match where there was a DQ, even though there's no DQs in a Hell in a Cell match. We just had a draft, if you remember, earlier this year, right after WrestleMania. The draft happened, but the draft didn't count because immediately following the draft, Roman Reigns was drafted to SmackDown, and immediately they were so deathly afraid that if Roman Reigns wasn't on Raw, that the ratings would tank, that they made a wild card rule saying you could still go between brands anyway, essentially making the draft completely worthless. Okay? So at any time, WWE will change their own rules to do whatever they want. And for me, I've talked about this recently, why I won't get invested in WWE. The reason is because they do this. If you get invested in a character, or if you get invested in a draft, or you get invested in a brand, and then on the fly they just change it because they just fucking feel like it, it's insulting. It feels like you've wasted your time. It feels like you've wasted your efforts for a scripted product that in reality is not real. And in reality, doesn't matter what the outcome is. You see what I mean? Like, you are investing in something that someone owns, and at any time they could just write it away. So why get invested? And I hate to say that as a lifelong fan of pro wrestling, but that's kind of the attitude I've taken in the past few years. Whenever something good happens, they've ruined it. They fuck it up. They can't write a face to save their lives. They can't follow a plot line to save their lives. They always screw it up. There's never a payoff for a long, ongoing plot line in WWE. Never. The payoff is always botched and ruined, and it's a waste of everyone's time. So for me, I'm not getting invested. Let them do their draft. They'll shuffle the cards around. Within 6 months, everyone will have moved anyway, and I don't give a shit. That's just how I see it. Okay? Samson tipped me $2 and says, the SNES Switch now includes Breath of the Fire 1. Have you ever played any of the Breath of Fire games? It's a great RPG. The only annoying thing is the constant enemy fights that pop up constant enemy fights that pop up every second you're walking around. No, never played Breath of Fire at all. I am aware that it was a very popular RPG back in the day. I believe, wasn't it from Capcom? So it was a rare Capcom-made RPG. They usually don't make RPGs. But back in the day, this was the RPG series that they worked on and made. And, you know, it was popular. People really seemed to like it. I never played any of them. So for me, if I check that out, it'll be the first time, my first experience with a Breath of Fire game, which should be pretty sweet. Okay, thank you for the tip. Jessica Tim just cheered and said, you just joined in. Hope you're doing all right. What the hell is Untitled Goose Game? So this is an indie game made by a team of like 4 or 5 guys, something like that, where you play a goose that has invaded a small town. You're on the rampage. You're running through the town. You're messing with the people. You know, you're doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, pretty interesting. Okay. And it's a pretty good concept because it's a game where you can like mess around and do silly stuff. Okay. I don't know how much fun it's going to be. It looks fun. It looks like a trolling game. And it looks like something that could be really fun, but I'm not sure. We'll find out, I guess, today. And then we will also see how long it is. Because some people have said it's only 2 hours long, and some have said it's between 3 and 5 hours long. It all depends on how much you take your time. And you know me. I usually take my time with this kind of game and enjoy it. So we'll see. It's just an indie game, a little one-off game. Someone gifted it to me because they wanted to see me play it. So we're messing around with it today. Okay? Retro Roadshow just did a 500-bit cheer and said, I've trolled you lightly, but still trolling in the past. I'm sorry for real. Your interview with the quartering opened my eyes. Keep on streaming. Well, thank you very much, Retro Roadshow, for that. First of all, I think the interview opened up a lot of people's eyes to the reality of the kind of stuff that I have to deal with on a daily basis. It is what it is. I thank you very much for watching that interview and understanding. And thank you for the contribution. Hopefully you'll come by some streams and check them out. And if not, so fair enough. Thanks just for giving me the time of day. All right. I appreciate that because I think if more people like you would actually open up and give me the time of day, things would be a lot better for me. The reason that things are the way they are for me is because so many people just want to sit and deride and believe the negative memes and propagate those negative memes as fact rather than actually taking 5 minutes to look into it themselves and realizing the vast majority of stuff, negative stuff that's been said about me is either based on very, very old stuff from the past that doesn't apply anymore, or it's actually false. It's based on a nugget of truth that's spun out of proportion and isn't actually true for what people say about me. So, thank you. Okay? Then I received a $5 troll tip, bring up a bunch of garbage that I'm not going to talk about because it is garbage. But thanks regardless for the $5 troll tip, stupid. And, you know, literally just speaking about how people spin stuff out of proportion that's not true. That's all this guy just addressed. So there you go. So why on earth would I even care about that? Thanks for the $5 tip. You're stupid. Okay. M5NSX just did a 150-bit cheer. He says, I'm just here for a silly goose time. Well, me too. Hopefully that's what it ends up being. I hope the game ends up being really silly and over the top and zany and fun. And hopefully we get a bunch of laughs out of it. And it ends up being a fun one-off stream, you know? Something different for variety for the streams. I hope that's exactly what I'm going for. Ratio 91 just did resub for 15 months. And says, getting closer to that 2-year mark. Hope the best for you and your fam. DS positive. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the ongoing support. And, you know, I do. I appreciate all contributions, and someone doing a long, ongoing contribution is much appreciated as well. Thank you also for the well wishes for my family. I appreciate that. I'm sure Kat and Jasper will be happy to hear. All right, Mr. Papavera also cheered and said, the goose is loose. That goose is loose, son. He is loose. All right, now what I'd like to do is give shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week so far. This leaderboard continues to go and track until Sunday night. It resets on Sundays and to 0 on Monday mornings, FYI. So thank you to those who cheered this week, the top cheerers. Let's give you credit. In 10th place this week, we've got Cashmere Goat. 9th place is Retro Roadshow with that cheer from earlier. 8th place, Freddie B. 7th place, Mazik5188. 6th place is Sora Satoshi. 5th place, Magnus Flamebeard. And there was someone tied with him, but they've disappeared. Now, when the name disappears on Twitch, it could be one of a couple things. It could be, number one, that they've been banned from Twitch for some reason. That's happened, okay? It could also be that they close their account, and then it leaves them open to reopening it later. We had someone last week who was the top cheerer of the week, closed their account, reopened it, and came back and cheered more, and then closed it again. It was very bizarre, and they never really explained why they did it. Obviously, it's none of my business, but yeah, we got someone tied for 4th, and I can't see whose name it is. So, it is what it is. Thank you to whoever that was. In 3rd place this week, it's Philly Buckeye. 2nd place is Sambuca 2020. And in 1st place this week for cheering, it's Golden Colts. Okay, so thank you all for those contributions. I appreciate that very much. And again, that leaderboard will continue to run until Sunday night if you want to try to make it to the top 10 cheers. By the way, it wouldn't be hard because cheering hasn't been like too strong this week. So mostly it's because I've been asking for tips, which I appreciate that you guys are tipping me because I need the help. So it would be pretty easy to get up on the cheering leaderboard if you were seeking that kind of attention. Okay. Two Bar King just did a 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that, Two Bar King. Thank you. Alfred Aponte just tipped me $2 and said, hey, Phil, thanks for entertaining us. I love your Halloween decorations. Well, thank you very much, Alfred. You know, I did my best on a limited budget. Most of these Halloween decorations are the same exact ones from last year. One day I ran over to like an arts and crafts store and bought like 2 very inexpensive things to add to the stream. That seemed to have worked out well. And now since my parents got me this cool skull to hang out behind me on stream with the glowing eyes, and that'll be a cool addition as well. Again, people will be able to name that this coming Saturday. If you're the top contributor on Saturday, you get to name the skull. As silly as that sounds, people seem to want to do it. So, all right. Oh, wow. K Styles 1998 just did a 2,000-bit cheer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is certainly the top contribution for the day. So thank you very much to K Styles. Let's get you up on the leaderboard there. Very generous of you. And that immediately shoots K Styles into the top cheering spot of the week with that one single cheer. So thank you very much for that. Again, like I said, there wasn't a lot of cheering this week, so very easy to get a good position there. Thanks to everyone who also tipped today. We're up to $21 in tips so far. I should also check on sub count. Let's see here. Well, subs went down. As I told you guys, the reason we didn't do a sub goal this month is because last month was Subtember. This was a month when a lot of people subbed because subscriptions were half price. And I knew that with the very increased amount of subs that we saw last month, that probably was not going to carry over to this month. I knew it was going to slow down and we were going to see a big dip in subs because of it. So I said, why would I set up a sub goal, right, when we know naturally we're going to lose a bunch of subs? That would be pretty dishonest to say, oh, let's do a sub goal, you know, and then boom, we lose like 50 subs in one day. And I'm like, well, how the hell are we going to reach it now, right? So that's why we're not doing a sub goal this month, okay? All right. So, all right, it looks like that is it. It looks like the contributions have calmed down. Oh, wait, hold on. The DSP Appreciation Society just did a 50-bit cheer and says, Cash should come back on stream for the Halloween finale. And by the way, Chad agrees with me. Hey, that's up to her. And she knows she's welcome. She knows she's always welcome on the streams if and when she ever wants to come by. I don't even know what her work schedule will be like for the end of the month yet. We don't know yet. You know, it's up to her. If she chooses to attend the Halloween stream, great. If she chooses to skip it, fine. In fact, if you remember, the Halloween stream last year was the last time she appeared on one of my streams. And people were so nasty to her within the first hour of her being on stream. That was the end of that, you know? And now, of course, a whole year, people asking for her to be back on streams like, well, gee, maybe you should have thought about that before you were so fucking nasty to her last year. What did you think would happen? She'd be happy? I mean, are you stupid? And the answer is, yes, those people who were nasty to her are very stupid. Because in reality, I think everyone, not only my biggest fans, but also, let's be honest, my biggest trolls, probably would have liked to see my wife on stream from time to time and be a part of my content. But when you do shit like that, it has consequences. You act like a moron, you lose the positive opportunity. So because of that, you lost out on any opportunity for her to be a part of my content and know anything about her because you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and it's only the only people to blame are those assholes who were mean to her last year. And if she ever wants to come back, it's up to her. The door is always open, and she knows that. You know, I talked to her about, you know, we got to go get a Halloween costume soon and everything. You know, and it is what it is. I hopefully one day maybe she will come back, but that's up to her. You know, she has enough. Trust me, we have enough stress off the streams with our own personal life and stuff going on behind the scenes with finances and everything. We don't need extra fucking stress. I don't blame her for not wanting to come on a stream and be insulted by assholes. You know, I don't blame her at all. Not even a smidgen. I think her decision is 100% warranted. And if she ever wants to come back, great. But I'm not going to pressure her or force her because of that. So there you go. Sam Bridges just cheers. How are you going to buy and juggle Call of Duty, Death Stranding, and Star Wars 3 weeks' time? It's a lot. Sam Bridges, it's not even that. So, just to give you some example. In 1 week's time, we got Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. The next week, we got WWE 2K20, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, The Outer Worlds, and the Medieval Remaster. The week after that, we got Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz Remastered, and Luigi's Mansion 3, along with 2 other Halloween games that I need to get for the Halloween Marathon. In November, we've got Mario and Sonic at the at the Tokyo Olympic Games, Death Stranding, Need for Speed, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Shenmue, all within 3 weeks' time. Yeah. The good news about this is that's a lot to do. So I don't think we're ever going to be like, man, there's not enough to do on Phil's streams. We're bored. It's slow downtime. I don't think that's going to happen. But of course, it's going to be exactly like it is at the end of every year. We are going to be slammed for new releases. I'm going to have to be juggling 3-4 games at a time. It's going to be days before I get to games again. We're going to have a game that I play one session and I won't even play it for another week. And people will be disappointed because they like that game more than anything else. And there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is pick and choose what games I play. So what I could tell you, just to let you guys know up front and to be transparent, there's going to be games that I like for example, the Medieval Remaster and that Super Monkey Ball. Even though I want to play those right away, those games might have to wait. Same thing with like Need for Speed and stuff. There are certain games that probably are going to have to wait until I get through the other major releases to consider playing, because I know those other releases are going to be more in demand, and I need to pick and choose what to do first on stream. I have to prioritize appropriately. Okay? Oh my God, you're right, Vincent. That's the other one too. Supposedly this month, it's not set in stone, there's supposed to be remasters of Lion King and Aladdin coming out this fucking month. I forgot about those. If those come out, that's insane. How's anyone, you know? So it'll be interesting for sure to see how I handle all this stuff. But it's funny because right now I have I'm doing downtime. So I'm playing Genesis Mini and SNES and PUBG. In just a couple weeks' time, that'll all be gone. We'll be completely busy with new stuff. Okay? All right. Lil Dude did a 50-bit cheer. Thank you, Lil Dude 67. DSP Appreciation Society cheered again. It said the members of the DSP Appreciation Society all miss Cat dearly and would appreciate either a Halloween or Christmas miracle. All right, I hear ya. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, shall we? Okay? All right. So everybody, I think that's it. I've given shout outs for everything. I think what we're going to do is take a brief break because I actually have to use the restroom, and I've had to use the restroom for a while. I've been holding it in as I did these shout outs. I told you guys, The pre-stream is dependent solely on the amount of contributions that come in. If a lot come in, then I have a lot to do, a lot of shout-outs. If very few come in, then it's a short pre-stream, right? I have to use the bathroom for a while. So, let's take a break. Let me use the restroom. This will be a few minutes here. All right? And then we'll come back. And we'll start up with Untitled Goose Game. No worries. Untitled Goose Game apparently isn't very long. So it's not that big of a deal, guys. All right? Thank you for being patient. And I will be back in just a couple minutes with the game. All right, guys? Thank you. Everyone take a break. Everyone go use the restroom yourselves. Maybe grab a snack, a drink. And I'll be back in a few. And then we'll start up with the game. Sound good? I'll be right back. Thank you. And see you then.